Nyheim Hines officially out for the 2023 season due to a jet ski injury, non-football injury, just sitting on his jet ski and someone crashed into him and he is out. The third best rated kick returner in the NFL for the Buffalo Bills is not going to be there. So in this video, I want to discuss the potential inside players already on this team that could replace him and that role, as well as a potential couple free agents that Brandon Beane has already brought someone in to work out as of Monday. So training camp starts tomorrow, but welcome to my channel, Bills News Consolidated. Again, Nyheim Hines is out for the 2023 season, rated the third best kick returner in the NFL. We all saw what he did last year after that Damar Hamlin incident, returning 2 kickoffs for a touchdown, one for 96 yards and the other was over 100 yards kick return. Unbelievable thing to witness, all expecting to have Nyheim Hines in 2023, and he is gone. So how are the Buffalo Bills going to solve this? This is a big time loss for Bills Mafia. It's not only that we're losing a kick returner, we're losing potentially the third best, one of the best kick returners in the NFL. We anticipated to have him. Last year, we only used Nyheim Hines on offense very seldomly. I think he only had 6 carries. He only had 1 target. 1 touchdown, receiving touchdown last year. So the Bills were definitely looking to use Nyheim Hines in kick returns, punt returns, and the problem being is that we basically let Isaiah McKissic go. And that's maybe the first thing the Buffalo Bills should consider is trading for Isaiah McKissic from the Colts, on the Colts. Now, the problem with that is the Colts have had some injuries of their own, putting Isaiah McKinsic's value to them a lot higher. So what else can the Buffalo Bills do? Who else do we have on this team? Obviously, if you look at the ratings, the next best rated kick returner on this team is Micah Hyde. Now, we've been talking about this for years. We don't want Micah Hyde returning kicks and punts. He's an older veteran. Although he's rated the best, we really don't want him to do that. But now that we have Taylor Rapp, Micah Hyde coming off an injury. We have Taylor Rapp there, a veteran free agent safety. Even Damar Hamlin still on this team could potentially mix into that safety role. But ideally, you really don't want to do that. So who really stepped up last year when we were doing kick returns? It was no other than Khalil Shakir, another wide receiver on this team that's going to be competing for playing time. Deontay Hardy has done a lot of kick returns too as well. But, having a Deontay Hardy be out there, risk an injury when we need him offensively, it's tough. So what are the Bills going to opt to do? I mean, maybe if we get later in the game, right, when we need to make a play, something we need like a little bit of a spark, maybe that's when you roll out a Deontay Hardy. But to have a solidified starter out there, risking an injury like a Micah Hyde, that's a big loss if we lose Micah Hyde on a kick return. So I really think the Buffalo Bills could be looking in-house a little bit, but the proof is there that Brandon Beane has already started to venture out, seek out some replacements here for Nyheim Hines. I mean, we traded for Nyheim Hines, so we very well could trade for another running back here. So first on the list is J.D. McKissic. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, screw J.D. McKissic. He basically was signed to a deal by Brandon Beane last year, opted out of the deal and went back to Washington. It's kind of rubbed Bills fans the wrong way. But J.D. McKissic, a scat back type similar to Nyheim Hines, the person that we were originally interested before Nyheim Hines, is available out there. He has done some kick returns and punt returns. So, maybe that's what we need. J.D. McKissic comes to Buffalo. He's a kick returner, punt returner, can mix in there with James Cook. Now, the other player that we just worked out today on Monday, Darrington Evans, a former 3rd-round pick for the Tennessee Titans. And I believe he played for Appalachian State. I believe that's where he went to school. A local kid coming here. He has that speed type, kick return ability for the Buffalo Bills too. We got Damian Harris. We have Latavius Murray. We had James Cook, Nyheim Hines, kind of sharing that same sort of skill set, that speed skill set. So really, it's going to be Damian Harris and James Cook show. That's really, really what it's going to be. But ultimately, we need a kick returner and a punt returner. Now, I was kind of on Twitter, and I was thinking about it, like, man, you hear Brandon Beane always talk about players really needing to prove themselves, earning a spot on this team. And the reason why we drafted Justin Shorter is because of his special teams ability, right? And I know he hasn't really returned kicks, returned punts, and he's a little bit longer and taller. It's like kind of would be odd looking to see a 6'4" type wide receiver do that. I mean, Percy Harvin was like 6'2", almost 6'3", returning kicks. So would it be competition here? Haymaker out of nowhere, Justin Shorter, 6'4", freak of nature, returning kicks for the Buffalo Bills in 2023. You know, I would love to see it. I just want to see it. I want to give him an opportunity to do that. Now, we could utilize him as a gunner, like that Jay Kumaro type role, right? We just have to I'd put him in the best position to really ultimately succeed. But and I want to take the time too to make this as a reminder. You know, years past, we've gotten so lucky here in Buffalo without having injuries, right? I mean, last year, a whole different story. And yeah, I want this Nyheim Hines to just be a reminder to the Buffalo Bills fan base, right? To the players on this team. You know, opportunities are so slim. You really never know. Like, you have to make the most each and every single day. You got to make the most out of all of this. And we see Terry Pagula, our owner, taking on extra job responsibilities because of Kim and the health of Kim. Rakuya, and getting rid of Rakuya, the VP, right? Helping out with this new stadium build. Just the whole organizational structure revamp, everyone putting a little bit more on their plate. Brandon Beane taking on extra job responsibilities for this new stadium. Sean McDermott losing Leslie Frazier, taking on defensive coordinator responsibilities. And I think that's kind of the theme for this season. Even as fans, like, we need to take on that extra responsibility. We got to be the best fans that we've ever been. Just like the players. The players need to be the best players that they've ever been. You never know what's going to happen during an NFL season. And sure enough, this Nyheim Hines news is just another reminder that things are never going to go ideally and smoothly. You know, you might get lucky some years. Other years might be like last year. And chances are you're going to fall somewhere in between there. So it's about how you adapt, how you recover to these moments, how you overcome these hurdles. Right, and I believe last year we waited a little bit long to realize that Isaiah McKenzie wasn't going to be that dual-purpose slot wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills after Jamison Crowder went down. I think we waited a little bit too long to bring in John Brown and Cole Beasley last year. It would have been wise to bring them in much sooner. So I'm expecting Brandon Beane to pull the trigger, bring in a J.D. McKissic, a Darrington Evans, potentially trade for A.J. Dillon of the Green Bay Packers, which I think is a little bit unlikely, but you never know. Hope you guys enjoyed this second update of the day. Had to jump on it. Nyheim Hines, we're going to miss you, bad boy. Go Bills.